Hi, Redheaded Riding Hood here, red for short. I take off on Sundays usually, but I didn't pre-record this, so I'm going to do a little YouTubing this Sunday. And this one's very interesting, the daily celebration, William Barclay's daily celebration. A Parergon, Parergon. It is something that is an accessory to a main work or subject, embellishment. 2, a work undertaken in addition to one's principal work. So that's kind of cool because like my lifeguarding is kind of like a Parergon. Because I like this better than a side hustle. I'm not, because the Bible says don't overwork to be rich. That's not what I'm doing, although I have called the lifeguarding a side hustle when I was talking to someone this last week. But I'm not hustling. Do you think Jesus ever hustled? And again, like, I think it's in the verses in Proverbs. Maybe when I find it, I'll put it below. But there's a verse that says, do not overwork to be rich. Don't. And money, the love of money, is the root of all sorts of evil. Not the root of all evil, but the root of all sorts of evil. So that's bad. But this is good. A Parergon, Parergon. Acquire a Parergon. You don't follow me, do you? Well, it is like this. When I was in Wales once, I met a professor of applied mathematics who was the author of a commentary on the letters to the Corinthians, and a professor of biochemistry who, Sunday by Sunday, was a most acceptable lay preacher. I'm kind of a lay preacher of sorts. And I had thought of becoming a pastor, but I have now sort of, that's a side thing. I don't think that is for me at this time. In my own university, I know 2 professors who are expert church organists. One a professor of naval architecture, the other a professor of obstetrics. I know a professor of mathematics who is an expert on Gaelic, a professor of Italian who is an authority on birds and bird watching, a professor of mechanical engineering who is a poet in the Scots language, a professor of aeronautics who is an expert actor and dramatic producer. This is cool. I knew a professor of dentistry who, under different names, wrote wonderful children's stories, who was a poet and who was an expert on Scottish folklore and archaeology. Hey, I got this stuff going on. Not that I'm a professor of anything. And I know an astronomer who writes the most exciting books of science thriller fiction. That's cool. Here is a whole list of men. Where are the women? William. And it could be expanded many times over, who do 2 things at once. The whole point is that they are so distinguished in their own chosen line just because they do 2 things at once. The extra thing they do is the very thing which keeps them at concert pitch for their main work. And it is in that extra thing which is called, in Greek, a Parergon. Parergon. It sounds like Paragon, but not that word. This is Parergon. Parergon. There is a legend about John the Apostle. Our Sunday school lesson this morning was about John the Baptist, but not John the Apostle, no. One that someone found him playing with a tame partridge and criticized him for not being at work. His answer was, "The bow that is always at full stretch will soon cease to shoot straight." Getting worn out, right? Everyone needs some sort of relaxation, and the more he is dedicated to his own job, the more he needs it. Acquire a secondary interest in life, a parergon. You will work all the better for it, and leisure will become not a problem, but an integral part of the fullness of life. That's more good advice from William Barclay. Okay, don't say that no one cares for you, because I do and God does too. Don't forget to pray for Red, because Red is praying for you. Love you. Bye.